What's going on, Leo? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to your collective zodiac reading. For those of you who are new here, my name is Shani. This is Melanated Mindfulness Tarot. I do upload collective messages for us all throughout the week. However, you can definitely look forward to your messages being dropped on Mondays, okay? If that is something that you are interested in keeping up with and being a part of, please do make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance. Today we are going to do something a little bit different because normally we'll come and just do a general message when it comes to your healing. However, today we're going to do what you need to be made aware of, what you need to work on, and the potential outcome, okay? So again, if you are interested in keeping up with these types of readings, make sure that you subscribe. Also, please be sure to like, share, and comment on the video. I appreciate you all in advance. Let's get into the message, okay? All thanks and praise to the Most High. You know our hearts and you know our situations. Can you please give me the cards that we need in order for us to be able to receive this message at hand with an open mind and an open heart? I ask that you give me the words to be able to articulate this message, and I also ask that you clear out anything standing in the way of our clarification, confirmation, transformation, and healing at this time. Amen. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Thank you. All right, Spirit, what is it that we need to be made aware of? What is it that we need to be made aware of on today? Thank you. Okay. Maybe we're going to need one more because in my mind, I'm already thinking about 3. So we got a couple so far. Let's see. There's the third one, and we'll get started. Underneath it all right now is the 9 of Wands. So this is talking about transmutation of energy, right? I feel like you need to recognize, realize, understand, understand, and accept that you have the power, like you have what it takes to be able to transmute energy from one side of the spectrum to the other, right? So in those moments where you have bad days or bad moments, right? You have the ability to look at it in a different way or move about it a different way in order for you to, you know, shift the energy that you may possibly be experiencing within the situation, all right? And that's underneath it all for this aspect. And this part is just the what you need to be made aware of. Remember, we still have 2 more sections to go into. So we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. We have the, sorry, give me a second. The Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, you have the 8 of Cups in reverse. And then you have the 2 of Disc, right? And with that 9 of Wands being underneath it all, like, it just pretty much goes hand in hand. So there is, with this Queen of Swords in reverse, there is like some resistance to you, I guess, truly operating in your truth and your authenticity, right? I know on the surface, you probably be like, you know, I'm who I am, but you really want to pay more attention because maybe you feel like you are who you are, but in all actuality or in all reality, you are still living up to the expectations of what other people want you to do, right? Pretty much it's like you moving based off of what you think other people may think about your ways or your actions, your responses, the things you do, how you dress, so on and so forth, right? With the 8 of Cups showing up in this same part of the spread, is like, let go of that. You know, the emotional attachments that you have to wanting to be a certain type of way because this is what you think is expected of you, that's what needs to shift, right? That's what needs to shift. That's what needs to change. And when I say change, it's because of the 2 of Discs, right? Which literally says change at the bottom. So understanding and knowing that, like, you are who you are. And you're not just like somebody else. When you really think about it, like, we've all been conditioned or taught to be how other people expect us to be, right? And we be upsetting ourselves. You know how you can get aggravated and you be irritated about some whole shit? Most of the time it be because, like, you're not, how can I say it? You have this idea in your mind that something's supposed to go a certain way or that you're supposed to be a certain way or some shit, right? And because it doesn't turn out that way, now you aggravate it. But again, most of the times that's because you're holding on to or wanting to live up to somebody else's standards. And that can be very draining. That can be very exhausting. So I definitely encourage you, to really identify who you are, right? Opposed to, I guess, holding on to who other people may expect you to be, or who you think that other people, or how you think other people are expecting you to be, if that makes sense. Everybody has been telling, like, this is right, this is wrong, do this or do that as you're growing up. So as you've gotten older, you've held on to, that idea of what things are supposed to be like, when in all honesty, they're giving it to you. Like, let your emotional attachments to that type of stuff go, right? Let the emotional attachments to what you think other people think that you're supposed to do is supposed to be done. That shit sounds so crazy when I say it like that, but I hope you understand what I'm explaining. Spirit, what do we need to work on? Spirit, what is it that Leos need to work on? Ooh. So when it comes to what Leos need to work on, you have the Prince of Wands in reverse. You have the the Seven of Swords in reverse. And then you also have the Six of Discs. Okay? And it's still a similar energy. So working on like falling back, right? Working on taking a couple of steps back from the external influences, right? Again, it's what, like, maybe you got your mom's side of the family on this side and then your dad's side of the family on this side, and they both contribute to who who you are type shit. But at the end of the day, like at the beginning and the end of the day, you still have a decision. Like, you still have the last say. So these things, when you recognize it, these different external influences, they're contributing to your mind, right? Like, so you have this side and then you have this side, and they're contributing to how you think. You know what I'm saying? But it's in reverse. So it's like, and maybe it could be the resistance to you actually recognizing that, regardless of what somebody done told you or what somebody done taught you over time. Ultimately, you still making decisions for yourself. Excuse me. So again, like, when it comes down to what you need to work on, getting more organized, right? Getting more structure within your own life, the different areas and aspects of your own life, right? This is your life. Again, nobody is living your life for you, right? So whatever decisions you make, you're the one who has to deal with it, right? You're the one who has to deal with whatever these decisions are or whatever this decision is. So accept that for what it is. You're not living your life to make other people happy or to make other people satisfied. How can I say this? At some point, the things you do for you can possibly contribute to somebody else being satisfied, or, whatever the case may be. But ultimately, you're doing this for you. Even if there's kids involved, ultimately, you got to show up for you first before you can give anything that you have or that you're gaining or you're coming into to anybody else, right? So again, work on that. Work on, how you perceive what other people tell you or think that you're supposed to be doing. And sometimes you might not even need to be looking outside of yourself as much as you do to get, for lack of better words, some type of validation, or, say for instance, you're going through a situation, right? You may be going through a situation and you want somebody else's opinion. And you have to understand that that person is going to give you the opinion, like, based on how they would react or respond. But you also got to understand that they're not you, right? They don't have the experiences. They're not walking in your shoes. They don't think like you. They don't process information like you. And sometimes, yes, it can be very beneficial for you to take a step back. I mean, step outside of what you're used to or what you may know. But when you're, having these conversations with people who are not operating in a position that you actually want to operate in, you want to think twice about that, if that makes sense, right? So working on that, getting structure within your life, clearing up things, having more balance in a sense, that will put you in a more successful position, right? Spirit, what is the potential outcome of this energy? Spirit, what is the potential outcome of this energy? Thank you. Okay. So underneath it all right now, you have the Three of Wands. And this is like, underneath it all, you're being put in a position. You're being put in a position to recognize and realize that you have everything that you need inside of you whenever you feel like whenever you need it, right? At times you may feel like you don't have it, but it's clearly going to be showing you that you actually do. I always talk about how, we can see things in our mind and then we look at the end goal, right? You look all the way to the end. You don't really look at the next step. You get what I'm explaining? So when you have this vision of something in your mind, you're so focused on that end goal that you think your next step is supposed to be that end goal, when the next step may be something leading you closer to the end goal that you visualize. Does that make sense? So with the Knight of Discs, you can even see like this person is looking somewhere, but they just don't feel like they're moving, like they're not moving forward. You know what I mean? You can see it, but now it's like, but ain't nothing, ain't nothing happening. There's so much stuff coming up against me that I don't feel like I'm moving, right? And then pops up this Eight of Swords. So this Eight of Swords is another indicator, with this energy here, okay? So it's like you're looking more so to the problems than the solutions. And I'm going to explain this to you. So on this Eight of Swords, right? Say, for instance, these two big swords, those are our problems. Those are our obstacles. That's our challenge right now. So we looking at this and it's like, okay, you know what? This shit is kind of like complicated. It's too hard. It's a struggle right now, right? It's complicated. However, you have been presented with options. Okay? And these options may not seem like they are conducive to helping you. That they may not seem like they helping you at all, because this little bitty old sword is not finna just go up against them big swords. Like, how is that little sword gonna beat those big swords, right? I get it. But when you piece all of those smaller solutions together, they become as powerful or more powerful, right? To stand against what you consider to be your problem, your challenge, your obstacle, your solution, right? Do you understand what I'm explaining? Okay. And then we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. So yes, these things that's popping up in your mind, these things that you're going through, they are going to trigger you emotionally. You don't have to hide behind your emotions, boo. Like, for one, your emotions are very fucking valid. And I need you to know that. Your emotions are valid and they are always valid. Things be happening and things trigger you at times because it'd be like, okay, if this is irritating me, what can I do in order for me to get further ahead or to overcome this particular situation that I'm experiencing, right? Do you understand what I'm explaining? Because yeah, your feelings, people call them your internal GPS. And that's what I take them as. Like, they trigger you to lead you into a position, and not to react impulsively, but for you to be able to utilize your emotions to make more logical decisions, right? And then at some point start moving in a way for you to be proactive instead of having to always be reactive. So again, with this Three of Wands underneath it, I really want you to start recognizing like what it is that you already have inside of you, whether it's the confidence, the courage, the wisdom, whatever it is, you have what it takes to be able to move forward. So don't get so caught up in, thinking about the worst, I guess, right? You don't want to consistently think about the worst. You want to start figuring out you instead of holding on to what you, instead of you holding on to what you think other people think that you're supposed to be doing in your situation. There is no right way, there's no wrong way. It's just the way that it needs to be done for you. Does that make sense? I really hope it does. So I'm not even gonna keep y'all too long, right? Like, I definitely feel like this is helping somebody for one, right? But I do hope that this has given you some type of clarification, confirmation, has assisted you with transformation in some type of way, shape, or form. Again, your messages, Leo, will be dropped on Mondays, so make sure that you tune in. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, comment, and until next time, enjoy yourself. Peace.